Hey everybody. Yes, hi Mural. It's time for a close-up. And sorry about the title. I was in a real hurry to start because these guys were doing the really cute little nursing ear wiggles, but then YouTube failed and I had to start it a second time. And now they're done with the ear wiggles. Maybe if we're lucky we'll get some more while we're sitting here though. Anyway, here is the main room, not the annex. And I think you will start to realize that a lot of things have changed in the last 48 hours. So first off, Mural and Rue are obviously sort of cohabitating. Their families are mixed pretty well now. It's just happened real fast after all the prep work we put into getting them to be friends. And then they just came together all of a sudden, and so did the kittens. So that's cool. On top of that, we decided to go right ahead and move them down to the main room, which they've just arrived at in the last few hours, and they're still getting used to that. So that's a big change that we might have waited a little longer to do, but it just seemed like the right time somehow, and so we did. So we'll talk some more about that. But let's see where everybody's. Oh, you just see everybody's everywhere right now. We just did a whole bunch of treats for everybody. They were eating a ton of chicken. That's why moms are both sort of relaxed and grooming themselves and getting cleaned up after the big chicken dinner. So they both ate a ton, and a bunch of the kittens ate a bunch too, which was almost surprising because I didn't expect any of Mural's kids to eat any chicken, but Doodle ate a whole bunch, and the two torties also ate a whole bunch. So that's Squiggle, who's right here. This is Squiggle. And Trace, who basically has abandoned her mom in favor of the better family. Oh, and is now currently under one of her new brothers, like she almost always is. There, that's Trace right there. Do you see her? In the marshmallow bed underneath a couple of these boys. So yeah, Trace. So man, boy, if you guys missed the last 48 hours, you missed a whole bunch because basically, after we saw that they were getting along, we opened the door in between the two rooms, and we didn't close it again afterwards. It's just been open the whole time because they were doing fine with no mistakes, no errors, nothing to slow us down at all or make us take a step back. So we opened the door between the two rooms upstairs. They spent a lot of time visiting back and forth. The kittens visited back and forth. And in fact, that's what led me down. This is Trace. Trace, the little tortie with the red spot on her head that belongs to Mural, figured out how to go through that door. Even before she figured out how to go through the door, she was nursing with Rue and being groomed by Rue. And then she would go through the door to nurse on Rue in Rue's territory. And then she started hanging out with Rue's kids. And now she almost won't go back to her own mom. She just wants to be one of Rue's kids, which is very cute. So Rue, by the way, has been super generous to all of Mural's kids and has nursed them and groomed them and all that stuff. Where Mural has groomed some of Rue's kids, but I haven't seen her nurse any of them. Of course, they're all a little older, so they're more weaned also. So maybe they don't even care to really nurse on Mural. I also have seen Mural offer them a little bit of correction here and there, where they'll come up to her and she'll growl or thwap them a little bit to tell them to back off or hiss or hit them, just a little. And that's normal, okay? Every mom cat hits their own kids, and I guess every mom cat hits some other mom's kids too if they get the chance. That's nothing unusual, and I would expect to see more of it. It's just how cats set their boundaries. So they do it in different ways. I've certainly discovered that Rue and Mural have very, very different languages. Mural is one that almost doesn't communicate much like that. She doesn't hiss very much. She doesn't meow very often. And when she meets another cat, she'll basically just walk around them without saying a word at all. Whereas Rue, I think, is exactly as friendly as Mural is, but she will hiss at everybody. She's sort of trying to, establish her assertiveness a little bit to say, I'm hissing because, not because I don't like you and not because I'm going to attack you, but because I just want you to know we're not friends yet. And that's how I tell you. It's her word for we're not friends yet. So their kittens naturally then are going to have a different expectation of how interactions happen, and there's going to be a little bit of adjustment as they're coming together more and more. So of course we're going to expect to see Rue hitting Mural's kids and Mural hitting Rue's kids, or hissing at them, or otherwise trying to correct them in their own way, and the kittens might be very confused about it and look very offended at first because it's a different language. They don't understand what the other lady's saying, really. They didn't expect that correction because their mom wouldn't have corrected them for that. But it's really good lessons, is my point, though. So I think we should expect it, and we should feel good about it in general. Now, of course, that all changes if one of them is actually going to be violent, but these two mom cats haven't ever shown the slightest bit of actual violence towards anyone ever. So I don't think that that's going to be an issue. Of course, it's something we'll watch for, because if it was an issue, then we'd have to separate them out, and that's fine too. It just doesn't seem likely. So the plan, by the way, is like I said, they just moved to this room. They've only been here a few hours. This is their really first period where they're awake and exploring the room instead of just sort of hiding and napping and settling in. So my plan is to give them probably until tomorrow, but at least several hours to get used to the room. And once I see them really zooming around like they own this space, then we can start opening the doors to the living room and let them go out and take over the living room and the rest of the house. These guys, they all get along well with the faculty. The kittens have all met the faculty. The moms have met the faculty. And I know already they get along it's great. They do fine with each other all the time. So once they know that this is their new home base and they've had a little while to settle in and get comfortable with it, I think the doors are going to be open more often than not. We may even reach a point where we're not even putting them away at night. I could even imagine it being that good, but that's going to be a while. It takes a while to earn that trust. So probably at night they'll be shut up in the room, but in general, they're going to have way more space than they used to have before, just running around and doing whatever they want. So that's good. I am really happy that they've decided to come together and that it's all manageable. They're really doing just fantastic, and this is the best possible outcome, especially with them nursing each other's kids. And I was just, I think she's reaching out. They're reaching out to each other. That's so sweet. I said I was just treating them too, and a lot of times when I treat them, they'll end up I had chicken in my hand, and they would both come and take the chicken out of my same hand at the same time. And, touch noses and take food out from under each other, and nobody gets upset about it. So they just do fantastically as together, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. Let's see. I saw somebody mention Tom being super cute. Yeah, he is super cute, and I know you guys would all like an update on him. All I can tell you is that we're continuing to train him. He's continuing to do well. He's in great health. DJ's totally in love with him. He is a total sweetie cutie. And I still am hoping that we can get him integrated into these classes as well. It's going to take longer because, we're talking about the different languages that the cats speak. And Tom is yet another language, and his language definitely is one that's going to come across as a bit overbearing for these kids. Sort of like Custard. I think he and Custard speak the same language. In fact, I know they do because they were running around and playing earlier, and they do a good job of it. Well, in general. Then sometimes Tom will, sometimes Custard will attack Tom, and Tom will cry like a kitten does, but not because he's being hurt, just because, he's coming on too strong, and he's like, back off, right? That's normal language, but then Custard just stops playing. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to go away now. Which is sad because Custard really needs a kitten to play with, and he and Tom do so well 99% of the time. So they do have a lot of fun, though. They've been wrestling, playing the Ripple Rug together, and hiding in boxes together, and sharing all their toys, and it's really fun. So yeah, hoping that Tom can eventually come and get integrated with these kids. But so far, when he meets these kids, he's either completely uninterested in them and doesn't care to even hang out with them at all, or he wants to play with them, and then he very quickly is a little bit too much for them to deal with. So we've got to just train him and get some practice and get everybody on the same page, and then maybe eventually he'll be able to be a constant part of this family. And I think having these guys have full access to the house is going to help with that too, because then everybody will have plenty of room to either deal with Tom or not as they see fit. So there you go. I saw some people asking, who's Tom? Tom is the just barely slightly older than the older kittens here, who came to us from the Bronx as a single lone cat we're hoping we can join to these classes, but right now he's just kind of on his own and hanging out with the faculty. So that's the story in a nutshell. He's very cute and sweet, and he's been in the last few close-ups if you want to check on him. We got Squiggle here coming up in my lap to say hi. Oh, so the other news. Hi, this is Squiggy. Okay, sorry, Squiggy. I'll put you back down. It's nice of you to come visit me. The other news, of course, is that the older kittens, Ruse kittens, now have their collars, which is going to make them much easier to tell apart for me and for you, I hope. Mural's kids don't have collars yet because they're not quite big enough. So we're going to give them probably another week or two before we get collars on them. But Ruse, older kittens, do have them, and they are about 6 weeks old now, almost, I think. So something like that anyway. So, no, is that right? 7. Now I'm completely lost. That's not the point. The point is, let's go and see all the kittens together real quick. And somebody else in the chat and on YouTube here can say how old they are, because I've completely lost all sense of time. So this is Caper. Caper is the we'll say classic tabby. Classic tabby. Yes, that's it. My brain not working. Classic tabby, that's the one with the big, bold swirl stripes. He's usually like a target circle on their side, and he's almost got that, but not quite. And as you can see, we've given Caper a blue collar. So that's our little buddy with the check tail. It kind of takes a 90-degree turn, as you can see. And I've mentioned before that plenty of other cats do that. In fact, Mural's tail, you can't see it right now, but she's got a big old kink in her tail too. Not an unusual thing. Loganberry also. Loganberry's is just at the very, very last little tip of his tail. So if you pet him, you can feel it, but you'd never see it. But he's also had that since he was even smaller than this guy. So anyway, that's Caper. That's one of Rue's kids. Rue is this one here. Hi, Rue. And she is just a total sweetheart too, a love. Caper. Then next we would want to see Hijinks. And that's not, nope, he's not over here. Those are the other guys. So these guys are being very cute though. Look at that. Oh, sorry. Focus, camera. Okay, let's get in there. Look at all those extra beans. Do you see those beans? Oh, look at those beans. Hang on. Oh, wow. What a perfect opportunity to get distracted by some beans. Oh, roll that beautiful bean footage. Hang on. Oh, hang on. The angle. We're trying. We can't focus that close. All right. Well, we did what we could. Anyway. Where were we? We were looking for Hijinks, I know. And that should be this guy right here, because he is the short hair mackerel tabby. Mackerel, the ones with the little thin stripes that are more common, like Eddie, I think. And he has got a beautiful red collar. Hey, bud. And Hijinks is the one that wouldn't take any treats from me for a long time. But just a few minutes ago, we discovered he will take the shredded chicken. So he likes that, and it's good to know what a kitten's treat is, because then you know what to give them as rewards, and then you can train them. So that's good. He likes the chicken. So that is Hijinks, little Hijinks. And so next up would be Hustle. Oh, I think he heard me say his name, because look, he's trying to push further back into that marshmallow bed. Squeeze in there, buddy. You can do it. Hustle, also a mackerel tabby, as you can see from the thin stripes. I think that's him. Yes, that's him. And also, but his difference is that he's a little wider than his brother Hijinks. But he's like super floofy. I'm almost positive he is going to be a long-haired kitty, as I keep saying. But every time I say it, then I'm looking at him with you, and I'm like, it's hard to see. Trust me, it's there. This is a lot deeper fur than what this guy has got going on. So that's Hijinks with the red, and Hustle with the purple. That purple's really dark, though. A lot of times on the regular Kitten Academy stream, it's going to end up looking pretty black. But the other ways, again, that you can tell them apart. Look at him with his little froggy legs spread out. He gets around fine now, by the way. He's totally solved his leg problem, but he's still just he's such a little, he just sploot, He just likes to just lay out, and his legs just go whichever way, and he doesn't care. Anyway, Hijinks, Hustle. Hustle is the one that we're pretty sure going to be a long hair. He's got a much wider everything at any rate. And then Hijinks, the short hair. Then from there, let's see. Then we need to count our little black kittens. And I don't remember what order we go in, but I know the last one should be this one, which is the green collar has gone. And these are the ones that really need the collar, of course, because they're impossible to tell apart without some kind of collar. So our black kitten that has the little gray coloration in his back end, that is Gambit, little Gambit. And Gambit has got the green collar. That's Gambit. He's a little boy. Black kitten, also Ruse. Of course, all the ones with the collars right now are Ruse kittens. And he is on top of Trace. There we go. That's Trace. That's one of Muriel's kittens, so we'll get back to her. Let's see, we need to seek out the other little black kittens, don't we? Not this one, though, because this one doesn't have a collar, so that one we'll get back to. That means that's one of Muriel's kids, doesn't it? So over here, we see a black kitten with a white collar, and it's actually good that he's laying on his back because you can see he's also got a white spot here, although his collar now has started kind of hiding his white spot that's on his neck. Do you see it right under the purple buckle? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. See, you saw it. There, perfect, the white spot. So as you know, the black little boy with the white spots, don't bite my finger, buddy. That's Gimmick. Little Gimmick with his white collar and his white spots, easy to remember. Hi, Gimmick. And then the last little black kitten is going to be Sham, the girl with the pink collar. Is that her back there in the pile? Right there? Yeah, I see a pink collar. That's her. Let's see if we can drag her out. I got to come in from the other side, though. Oh, let's go around. Here we go. Come here, Sham. All right, Sham's a little shy. She is a little shy. I'm like, yeah, Gimmick here. Hi, Gimmick. What are you doing? You're being a goofus. So this is Sham. She's the little girl, and she's got a beautiful pink collar now. And she is a little shy. She tends to like to kind of hide out behind things or under things, and that's why she was at the back there, and that's fine. But she's very sweet, and she also loves the chicken treats. She loves all the treats, though. She's very easy that way. She's the first one to really dig into the food, too. Yes, she does need more bothering. That's our thing with the kittens is, we call it bothering the kittens when we sort of play with them and get them to hang out in our lap and give them kisses and stuff and try to get them to be less shy and more social. Some people would call that socialization, but I like to say we just annoy them. We just annoy those little kittens. Yes, you need to be annoyed. So that is all of, here she is, Ruse Kittens. Ruse hanging out over here with the Yow Catnip Pumpkin. There we go. Oh, she's tired out. Good. She had a lot of chickens. Good. So that then leads us to Muriel. Muriel's kittens are 2 weeks younger, even though Muriel's been here at the Kitten Academy for almost 2 months, much longer than Rue. Yeah. So Muriel, where do we start with that? I guess trying to remember what the order is for her kids. So we start with the first of the two tabbies, which is this one here that has all the color. And look at that beautiful light right now. That's a great spot to be. And oh, speaking of beautiful light, what are you looking at? Show me your eyes again. Oh, okay, that's a little too much. Hi. Okay. So this is Muriel's first little baby. This is Splotch, I believe, Splotch. And Splotch is a tabby with a lot of brown in color. Might even be technically more like a Torby. I guess time will tell. But very colorful tabby with a lot of brown with some sort of reddish tones and all that stuff going on there. So that's Splotch. Splotch, like her mom, is also polydactyl. So it's got this big thumb and a little extra claw and a little extra finger in there. So one whole extra little finger. So that is, hi. Boy, if he would just stop biting you, you could just relax there. It would be very cute. But no, you're getting gimmicked hard. Okay, Gimme. All right, Gimme. It's nice that these kids can just play with each other, though, isn't it? Look at that. Between the two classes, it's wonderful. It is wonderful. And I've noticed that Rue's kids do tend to play a little bit gentler, like that they do respect what Muriel's kids are capable of taking. And if it gets to be too much, they'll back off. Don't make a liar of me right now on screen, Gimmick. No, but they have been really good that way. So anyway, the first one of Muriel's kids right here, now you can really see that color too, can't you? That's little Splotch. Then the second one, oh, all right. Now he says it's too much. Gimmick, why don't you pick on somebody your own size? The only reason I'm not breaking it up is to show you that she can get away. Yeah, hi. So, well, I guess we can go in whatever order. This is Squiggle, of course, then. Squiggle is one of Muriel's kittens. That's one of the smaller group, and she is a, man, my brain. Torty is the word I'm looking for. Torty, there we go. Torty, just the one that they've got the three colors. They got the orange and the white and the black, and it's sort of mixed up with a lot of the black in there. So that's a Torty, and that is Squiggle, little Squiggle. Squiggle, by the way, a voracious eater. She is the sham of this family, where she'll just eat if you've got baby food on your finger, she's going to eat all the baby food and take the finger too. Just all the stuff. She's great with eating the food. It's really nice to see. So yes, that's wonderful. Here we've got Doodle, the all-black, long-haired boy from Muriel's class, who is also polydactyl. Even though you can't see because he wants to snuggle up and sleep instead of show me his beans. All right, buddy, well, just take my word for it. You can definitely see his floof, though. So that's little Doodle. Who else, then, can we go to? We can go right under here. You can see Etch. Etch is the Doodle's brother, the other boy from Muriel's class. There's only two boys in Muriel's class. And he's also a polydactyl. As you can see, he's an orange tabby. Oh, showing off those beautiful extra beans, aren't you? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay, we got it. That was it. So that's Etch right there. And then next to him is the other tabby from Muriel's class, who is a little girl, who's not a polydactyl, who looks an awful lot like Splotch, but a little less color. And I know that can be hard to see because they do both have a lot of color, but it's a big difference when you see them in person. Also, she's a little winky, so we'll talk about that in a second. But that is Scrawl. Scrawl. Seeing if I can get that little eye goober while we're still filming. Okay, so this one is Splotch, and this one is Scrawl. And maybe I can put them next to each other long enough to try to get an idea of who's who for you. Nope, because they're not going to show their faces together. Hey, come on, Splotch. Just come here and show me your face real quick. Oh, I'm trying, folks. There we go. Well, I think you can see the difference a little, but not very well because this is just not working out. It's like herding cats. I tried. Okay, so that leaves us with that leaves us with only one, Trace, who we kind of saw a minute ago, but we're going to come back around and look at her again now. Also, I saw Squiggle there was attacking Gimmick, so it goes both ways, doesn't it, buddy? But they were doing it in my lap, and I gotta move over here because Trace is the one that has given up her family for Rue's family, basically, and that's she's still doing it because this is Rue's family all around, and then here's our little Trace. So Trace is another tortie. Trace is the one that's got a little more red in her markings, and also that little red dot right on her forehead. There we go. Okay, Trace, I'm gonna put you right back. There you go. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go back to your nap, kiddo. So that's everybody. Hi. Hi, kiddo. So to recap, wait, before I recap, let me talk about their eyes because you have seen that a couple of them, especially Mural's kids, have the little winky eyes. But I've started to notice that everybody is showing some eye goobers, including our faculty, and everybody is a little bit sneezy, including the faculty, which is what we would expect. These things, as hard as you try to contain them, that's just never going to happen. Another reason why it was an okay time to bring these guys together because we'd seen that had already started to happen. So, at any rate, it's not a very serious thing, whatever it happens to be. It's some sort of, I think you'd call it an upper respiratory infection, maybe something, even though it's got the little ocular discharge. That's all that kind of thing. With the sneezes, especially. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I know some doctors, but I'm not one. So call it what you like. The fact is, it's not super serious yet. The kittens have had, some of their eyes, sometimes they're a little winky, and that's about it. Mom's been a little sneezy, and that's about it. But it's been going on for long enough now because Mural has been showing those symptoms since before she even came here. And like I said, she's been here for 2 months. So, I have set up an appointment with the vet to discuss that exact thing. And DJ's actually done a little bit of looking into things online and come up with some ideas, not only about what it might be, but about what good treatments might be. So I think that we might actually have some options to treat it. And we're going to discuss it, as always, with the vet before we go down any of those avenues. But I just want you to know that we've got an eye on whatever's going on with their eyes. So don't worry about that. Gimmick, why? Why, buddy? Okay, so now the recap, which is basically in a nutshell, as you know, we're taken to the vet to check on the eye thing. We're on top of it. We move them to a new room. The new room is a little smaller, but it provides access to much more space in the long run. So after today, or maybe even after just a few more hours of getting acclimated, they're going to be able to go out and run around the house more often than not. And this is a better place, home base for that than upstairs. Yes, there is a tiny, tiny bit of conflict that you will see here and there, mostly, Mural or Rue hissing or smacking somebody else, and that is normal and expected, and they're not going to hurt anybody. If they're ever in danger of hurting anybody, then we'll, change the way we're doing all of this. But they're just talking, just sorting things out, and nobody's going to get hurt. So if you see some of that, that's the thing to keep in mind. I think that was everything. Yeah. Oh, and the collars. Oh, and if you get lost on the collar colors, all of the names are associated with the collar colors on our weight chart where the weights are kept, and you can see that. There's a link in the regular Kitten Academy live stream description. So that's a place to go where you can find that and check the collar colors. We will also, if DJ hasn't already, we will add them to the description of the YouTube video itself. And soon enough, I'll be doing another photo shoot. We'll publish that with the last photo shoot together, and the collars will be in that. So one way or another, we're going to get there. But in the meantime, I hope the collars make it easier to recognize which kitten is which, especially the 3 black kittens. Well, 4 black kittens if you count Doodle here, who you can tell from the others because he doesn't have a collar. And also because he's much smaller and floofier. So, yeah, there you have it. All right, I'm done. I think we covered everything. You guys get the idea. We saw some kittens being cute. Some kittens are still being cute. Some kittens are just taking naps. So, as usual, I'm just going to be quiet now and say goodbye to all of you, and we'll take a couple more minutes of video, and then we'll be done. If you want to keep watching these kittens, you can watch them all day long on the Kitten Academy live stream. We're still working out exactly where all the cameras should be pointed because all the kittens are still working out where they should be too. And those things have kind of got to work together. It should be worth anything. So you know, we'll try to keep the regular stream kittened up at all times as much as possible. But I hope you'll bear with us if we fail on that front. And tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we'll be doing the first real mailbag with these kids where we'll have the living room probably open. But one way or another, it'll be a big group mailbag with 2 moms and 12 kittens. It's going to be wild. Or not. They might just sleep through it. At 10 o'clock, as always, on Saturday. And then we'll see you for another close-up on Monday because we try to do these Monday, Wednesday, Friday lately. And boy, I bet you thought I was going to miss this Friday, but I didn't. So we're still working that perfect streak of Monday, Wednesday, Fridays since I announced that we were going to do that, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. But hey, it's been a good 3 weeks. I made it. So that's everything. All right. Thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Have you ever tried to sleep when the upstairs neighbor's like banging around on the floor, making a lot of noise?